Shalom, y'all. Wanted to make a video to address things that are kind of floating a little bit in social media land. My name is Taziawan Ariala. I'm the bishop of True Nation Israelite Congregation. And all praise be to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Mashiach Yahweh Shah, whom the world calls Jesus Christ. All praise, glory, and honor unto the Father and unto the King, in the name of the King. Had a situation where all praise be to the Most High, and thank you to all of the community, all of the family, all of the brothers and the sisters, and even the children that came to be a part of some of the things that we recently did. One of those things happened to be an event that we had. The original name given to the event was Brewchella. We pivoted from that name. I want to give explanation why. I gave explanation if you were at the event, but if you weren't, then this is your opportunity to get some explanation on why it is that we pivoted. Because some people are going and saying, "Oh, they're guilty." Guilty of what? Obviously, there's somebody by the name of Travis Snipes who's saying that we did him wrong, we stole his idea, which is totally a lie. And we're here to also prove that today. It's a lie. He put up a letter as, I guess, proof that we maliciously went and tried to steal his idea. I met that brother for the first time, the only time, at the F3 event last year in Atlanta. The brother's from Detroit. I'm from Los Angeles. In regards to him having the idea of him saying, "Oh, I thought of Brewchella first." First and foremost, let's start here. There are a lot of different ideas and names that multiple people come up with. I've had a number of ideas myself that I've come up with, and I didn't do anything with, and someone else moved on it before I did. And it was what it was. I didn't get all butthurt about it, and I didn't make up a lie about it and say, "Oh, they stole my idea." Another thing is, if you ever went, because, he does music, if you actually went and go and check him out before you could even probably get to him, you'll find out that his name belongs to other artists as well. So, in terms of, somebody, "Oh, they stole my idea," then all of this stuff was put out. And I can't wait for you guys to see the things that have been sent to me by this guy, or sent to us by this guy on, from, fake cease and desist letters to, just all types of nonsense. So we're going to go into it. We're going to get into it. I want to get a couple of scriptures first, and then we can go into all of that. First scripture I want to get is this. Psalms chapter 64. "Hear my voice, O God, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked," because it's very much so looking like there's been definitely some counsel going on behind closed doors. "From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet," meaning they sharpen their tongue like a sword, "and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words," because now they just want to take an opportunity to try to, defame us and slander us on social media. And it's pretty much what that is. I got some more scriptures I want to go into. I want to go to 1 Corinthians chapter 4. In verse 11, it says, "Even unto this present hour we both hunger and thirst, and are naked, and are buffeted," meaning beaten, "and have no certain dwelling place, and labor, working with our own hands." When you look at this event that we just had, and anybody that was there can tell you, there's a lot of work that went into this, and a lot of moving parts, a lot of people. There was nothing that we took from anybody, right? And we had even other things going on, the whole cycle, which stands for Southern California Israelite Community Alliance that happened where we fed people, didn't ask a dime. And we had all these different camps here, all these different brothers and sisters and families, no problems, no incidents, all love. And for all of that to come to this, where someone from a distance can throw rocks and people are like, yeah. It's pretty sad. In labor, working with our own hands, being reviled, we bless. Being persecuted, we suffer it. Being defamed, we entreat. We are made as the filth of the world, and are the offscouring of all things unto this day. That's pretty much where we're at right now. I got another one. Psalms chapter 35, verse 14. I behaved myself as though he had been my brother, my friend or brother. I behaved myself as though he had been my friend or brother. I bowed down heavily as one that mourneth for his mother. But in mine adversity they rejoiced and gathered themselves together. Yea, the abjects, you know what an abject is? An abject is a person who is deserving of being hated. The abjects gathered themselves together against me, and I knew it not. They did tear me and cease not. So I hope y'all having fun on social media. But see, this is another thing that you got to be careful of. Exodus chapter 23 and verse 1. Thou shalt not raise a false report, but put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. A lot of people, they're not looking to judge the matter righteously. They're just throwing insults and throwing their opinions and their lies and saying facts and all types of nonsense. Now, 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 1 says, dare any of you, having a matter against another, go to law before the unjust and not before the saints. Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters? This was a matter that should have been resolved between Snipes and whoever else is involved, because that's another thing. Snipes kept alleging, different people are saying, right, different things or whatnot. I spoke with him once, right, concerning the matter, right, after he was saying that, oh, by the way, Brewchella belongs to me. So it was a very messy way in which I found out. I found out through a brother by the name of Malak, who's over a congregation here in California. And Malak happens to be good friends with him. And so I'm trying to find out, like, Malak hits me up. He's like, oh, did Travis call you? I'm like, nah, call me about what? Oh, man, he didn't call you. He's supposed to call you. Like, call me about what? I'm like, man, dude, just tell me. Because I'm a man. I'm like, dude, just tell me. It's like some kid stuff. Oh, he didn't call you? I can't even tell you. He got to tell you. He said he want to tell you. He said he going to call you. Man, just call him. I'm like, dude, just tell me. I can't tell you. He got to tell you. So I ended up calling him. He didn't call me regarding the situation. I called him. Got on the phone with him. I just came off of having a stroke. That's one of the excuses. Oh, man, I didn't want to bother you. I already had a stroke. I was like, blah. He was like, man, concerning this matter, he said, it's my business partners. It ain't even me. I'm not even tripping. Obviously, that was a lie, right? He has these business partners, allegedly, right? But then on the paperwork, which we'll get into that in a minute, it says that he's a sole owner. It's just a bunch of lies. Just a bunch of nonsense. So we should have been able to, instead of us being threatened that they were going to sue us and take legal action, so on and so forth, we could have talked about this matter and dealt with it properly. But the brother lied and said he spoke to me numerous times regarding the situation. I have witnesses to say otherwise. The brother's lying. Even after the fact, because the brother was trying to disrupt the event by calling a day or two before and trying to get us to stop and try to, just sabotage the whole thing. So I called the brother after the fact. Brother won't pick up. Brother doesn't pick up, and it's crazy. Then the brother, I'm talking to a sister that's a part of his team, And then she ends up saying, well, I can't say anything. The lawyers have advised us not to say anything. Well, goodness, on the paperwork that your lawyer sent to us, guess whose number they had for the lawyer? They had Travis's number, along with his email and your email. And then you guys are posting on social media, but you're not supposed to say anything. Anybody that has any type of sense knows that that doesn't make sense at all. So you have until now to pick up my call, but you want to put stuff on social media. That's not how men operate. That's not how I operate. But definitely, I don't know if we have to go to Matthew 18, but Matthew 18 definitely wasn't executed at all. Not that it even matters to most, because a lot of people in Israel don't seem to follow scriptures, and they justify and, they deflect and so on and so forth. But we can get into some things. Let's first get into some of this paperwork. So I'm pretty sure you'll be able to put this up on the screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So before we get to the paperwork, I want to show you something, right? So Travis alleges that he alleged all types of stuff, a number of different stories. Supposedly the group Selah Soul, who's a part of our congregation, they had something to do with stealing it, and they got invited to an event called Brewchella. We haven't seen the evidence of this flyer that they probably made on the spot to give to us, that it was posted anywhere. We never heard of the event. We actually live in California where there's Coachella. That's where we got it from. Absolutely. We had two different names, Brewchella being one of them, and there was another name that we had. And our whole congregation voted on those two, and Brewchella's the one that won. Nobody spoke to Snipes. Nobody spoke to or reached out to Selah Soul to tell them that whatever their plans might have been, as far as we know, they could be just flat out lying, because we had no knowledge. And it's like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's this big problem, and you're hurt and all of this, and we're taking your creative property and all that type of nonsense, and people fall for the verbiage. But here's the thing. I personally reached out to Snipes myself prior to him having that conversation, one conversation with me about it being, an issue of discrepancy, which he said, oh, it's not even a big deal. And he further on said that he would know in like a week. And the lawyers advising him just to be careful to not mess himself up, whatever the heck that meant. He mentioned something about some compensation. So, of course, that's a red flag. I'm like, he wants money, right? So he's sitting up there sounding shifty, and I'm red flag. But anyway, he's like, in a week, okay, in a week you'll know. Okay, I'm assuming that you're going to let me know, okay? And he said, by the way, if everything worked out, still put me on. I want to actually perform at the event. That's what he told me. Not only did I call him, because I got his number when I was out there at F3, and it was actually an event that was after the main event. It was over at a spot called, I think, like 1619 in some part of Georgia, outside of Atlanta. And thought the brother was cool, thought we was good, and so I hit the brother up like, cool cat, okay. Heard some of his music, all right, cool. Bro, it was two reasons I called him, to see if he wanted to be one of the artists to perform at Brewchella. Especially also since I'm like, okay, we connected. This is my man's guy, right? Because I thought Malak was my man at that time, obviously. Malak, that's Malak's boy. He put him on some work. He talking about putting us on to some work too. That ain't happened yet, but whatever the case may be. So anyway, I'm like, bro, I tell him about the event. That would have been the time when I told him about Brewchella, right? That would have been the time for him to say, hey, that's my idea. Never said anything. At that time, he didn't say not a doggone thing. Then, if you think I'm lying, because people can say, oh, you just lying, you just saying that. We actually have actual proof, because also my wife spoke to him on two different occasions. So we'll put that on the screen. I don't know which one came first, but I'll read them one at a time. So the first message is on January 19th on this particular thing. I don't know if the other page that I'm going to read predates this, but I guess we'll figure it out. But January the 19th at 1:56 p.m., Shalom, Ak, how are you? He says, Shalom, shalom, all is well. I pray all is well on y'all's side. She says, yes, indeed. Man, we want you out here in LA, July, to the Brewfest to perform. T was trying to hit you up. We working on new stuff as well, so we will be hitting you up for collaborations. You want him to hit you back? Question mark. And then the next thing is on February the 14th, right? 3:43 p.m. Shalom, I'm reaching, so ask for your email so that I can email your the artist proposal for Brewchella. Thank you. He responds, Shalom, sis. Then he gives his email address, tsnipes89@gmail.com. She says, thank you. Right? And there's another message. The first one was over, looks like Messenger or Instagram. This one right here is over the phone, right? It says, Shalom and good morning. This is Q from Say La Soul, Brewchella representative. Artist proposals were sent out for Brewchella. Please, if you can check your email to confirm you received it. Also, please respond to confirm if you're still interested. We are working on getting things rolling out. Thank you. He puts a thumbs up. Oh, no, I'm sorry. She did the thumbs up. He says, Shalom. I just spoke with my management. They did confirm that they saw it. We setting up a meeting and we'll discuss details and get back with y'all as soon as possible. Khan, okay. This is what she replies. When you get details, please respond in the email. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you. He says, absolutely, will do. That, I don't know when that was, but then it says Thursday, February 29th at 10:52 a.m. Shalom, I hope all is well. Just following up from our last conversation, working on solidifying everything so things can be done in order. So you're communicating, you know about it. You're a liar, bro. You're a liar. You got the whole little circle of people that's rooting you on. Oh, they're so wrong and all of that. You're just lying. You're flat out lying. So now let's go into some of this paperwork. Right? So you're alleging that, oh, you know, you've had Brewchella for some years and blah, blah, blah. And I talked to you, bro. You could easily say, here's this, here's that. But it was fishy, and I knew it was fishy. I knew you was full of boo-boo because you never sent any evidence. Now all of a sudden you got all this evidence. State of Ohio, effective date March the 13th, 2024. State of Ohio certificate. And this is a trade name registration for Brewchella. So first you did it in Ohio. I don't know, maybe that was because you alleged that the event was going to be done in Ohio. I've seen that in the little flyers that you sent, that you probably made up, that you alleged that y'all was going to do this whole stadium thing. I'm wondering, did you ever do it? Right? So now let's go to the, all of a sudden, I don't even know if you've ever even been to California, but you going to California to try to get a trademark. Okay. So now, Travis Snipes, new owner of Registrant. Okay. Business structure, sole proprietor, Ohio. Date first used anywhere. Okay, this is what you're putting. 8/01/2021. Sounds convincing. Okay. Date first used in California, 8/01/2021. Okay. Description of Mark Brewchella. Okay. Now here's the thing, disclaimer. Identification of goods or services. Now this is what you all now we're gonna deal with it because it wasn't 2021 because it's gonna show you when it was filed. But even before that, you're alleging that you're gonna, you give us a cease and desist twice and talking about you're gonna take legal action. But I don't know if this is on you or on your lawyer or your public defender or whoever the heck you have. It says identification of goods or services because I've been dealing with lawyers too, so I kind of know what this should look like, right? It says, printed paper signs featuring names for use for special events. Tags. Paper signboards. Paper signs. So you're telling me that's what your trademark is for? None of that was a problem for us. We weren't promoting any paper signs and tags and all of that type of stuff. So the classification code is 16. If you look into it, that doesn't even go into what it is that we were using the name for at all. While you're sitting up here alleging you're taking action and all of these different things. Now the date of registration happens to be 7/08/2024. That's just like when you're doing stuff and you're talking about how much you made for this year on your taxes, and they allow you to say, oh, $1,005,000. If that's what you say, that's what we'll go with. Oh yeah, the first time I used it was 2021. Okay, all right. But when did you actually register this in California? The 8th of July, 2024. Pretty peculiar. Here's the next thing, right? In witness whereof, I execute the certificate and affix the great seal of the state of California on July 26, 2024. July the 26th, 2024. That's when you finally send me a text. Oh, hey, Aki, hit me up immediately. It's urgent. How convenient. Let's see. Date issued 7/26, I'm sorry, the year 2024. On the website, file date 7/08/2024. And obviously, here's another thing. He wasn't in California. It was electronically signed, by the way. So, okay. And then a couple of, flyers that they made up. They just took a font and put Brewchella. Oh, we stole it. Brewchella Music Fest 2023. All right. So, obviously, you said 2021, but you got a flyer for 2023. When did it ever happen? Did it happen in 2021? Should have happened in 2022 then too. Did it happen in 2023? I never heard of it. I don't know anybody that's posted anything of it. Any flyers, any pictures, any video. But I mean, it sounded good how you had it laid out. Friday, July 28th, set apart Sabbath service. Boat ride, Brewchella concert, set apart family skate night. That don't sound like what some of the people that have had conversations with you told me. I guess you're supposed to do this big old stadium thing, but you're doing skate nights and stuff. On Saturday, family day, brews in the park, brews be balling. So I really don't know. Definitely doesn't sound anything like what we did. We'll put it all together for y'all so you guys can see it. But from Juliet Betancourt, which my man's looked her up and don't have a bar number. This was July the 29th, which is a Monday, 2024. This is the second notice that I'm looking at, right? Says, please be advised that several conversations have taken place that included Mr. Snipes and Mr. Tazayawan and witnesses to discuss the matter before resulting to the cease and desist. First of all, you just got to be just a little educated, just have a little common sense, and you probably look and say, okay, I see what's wrong with that. All right. even before I address that, you're lying. We didn't have several conversations. That's a lie, right? But then it says between a place that included Mr. Snipes and Mr. Tazayawan. You didn't even do the due diligence to actually get my actual government name. All you could do is get my Hebrew name. That's nasty work. Yeah. So, and witnesses to discuss the matter before resulting to the cease and desist. Enclosure. Cease and desist. Brewchella trademark registration. FYI, Brewchella in use since August 1st, 2021. Business certificate. If you now listen up. If you have any questions, please reach out at, you don't even have grammar check, at 313-471-9271. Oh, that happens to be Travis's number. But the lawyer is saying if you have any questions, reach out at 313-471-9271 or email tsnipes89@gmail.com. Or, I happen to know who this is, LanaOreen@gmail.com. But then these are the same people that says the lawyer says, oh, don't talk, don't discuss it, don't talk, but you're on social media making posts and regards, Juliet Bittencourt. Okay. I cannot forget the letter. And the letterhead, oh my goodness, the letterhead has somebody's signature. Snipes. I wonder which Snipes is this. All right. It says for immediate release, July 30th, 2024. Subject. Let me blow this up so I can read it. Addressing recent concerns regarding Brewchella intellectual property. All right, I'm pretty sure y'all have seen this, right? This letter. Should we read it and show, how heartfelt, the letter is? It says, we have recently become aware of a situation where Mr. Travis Snipes' original ideas and concepts have been used without proper authorization. As a business owner committed to innovation and integrity, we take intellectual property rights very seriously. The idea of Brewchella in question was developed on August 1st, 2021 through creativity and substantial investment of time and resources. It is disheartening to see such efforts being replicated without Mr. Snipes' consent or proper attribution. Additionally, Mr. Snipes was approached by the organizers with a request to perform at Brewchella. While Mr. Snipes appreciates the interest, we must make it clear that we cannot endorse or support any actions involving unfairly taking Mr. Snipes' work. We are currently addressing this matter through appropriate legal channels to ensure that Mr. Snipes' intellectual property is protected. We have made an effort to resolve this issue in private with witnesses. Refrain from making any public statements before resorting to legal action and throwing subliminals and things of that nature. But we'll handle that the right way, hopefully, like men handle things and not like the stuff that you see on social media nowadays. But this thing about, we're trying, it's just lies. It's lies. It could have easily been resolved if that was the case. We could have easily pivoted and not used Brewchella. It wasn't that big of a deal. Reason why we honestly used Brewchella was because there's a thing called Coachella, and we figured it was a dope name that people were familiar with, and it would give them that same idea. It's this whole nostalgic like concert type thing. That's the reality of it. Okay. Let's finish. Mr. Snipes remains committed to upholding the highest standards of originality and respect for creative work, and we will continue to defend his rights against any trademark infringement. We appreciate the support of our community as we navigate the situation. Our focus remains on maintaining the trust and respect of those we serve. Thank you for your understanding and continued support. Sincerely, Travis Snipes management team. Then below that, my good brother wants to make sure that I bring out his CC Irwin Wilson Gunn Esquire, right? U.S. and international intellectual property, patent and trademark. We looked them up. Only thing that's official, but they're CC'd in all of this, and they're a firm that's on the other side of the world in the UK. So, it just sounds real fishy. Sounds like some niggas, excuse my language, some niggas that thought that we were dumb niggas and that they could pull one over on us, and joke's on you. The thing about it, we were lawyered up, and the lawyers advised us that there was going to be litigation trying to use that name. So good luck with Brewchella, right? A lot of money that you'll be spending if you really try to use that for years to come. You can have it. There's a cease and desist saying within how many business days? 3 business days, and y'all didn't even calculate that right, because it was over the weekend that you was doing all of this, and we had time. We had already taken that stuff down anyway, not really for you guys, but we had taken that stuff down. So, and then you still put this letter out. Travis still put this sympathy letter out to try to tarnish our name and you know, say that we lie on us and slander us and say that we stole something from us, and people on there, oh yeah, see, that's how they are, blah, blah, blah. Shame on all of y'all. Shame. Yeah, shame on you. But anyway, there's another thing too I wanted to address. A good brother of mine now had a conversation with Snipes. A couple of people had conversations with Snipes, and he told me that Snipes admitted that it was about 9 months that Snipes had to do things the right way, and had asked why hadn't he done it, and he's didn't have an answer. I just didn't do it. So, you know, Snipes was doing everything that he could to talk to a number of different people that I found out that people, you know, some people spoke up. Some people outright said, yeah, like Malak was one of them. Yeah, I didn't come because of Snipes. Another guy, and we can talk about it, but this is true, this out of your own mouth. You know, he was supposed to be a performer, and he decided that he wasn't going to do it because Snipes is his boy. Now, he claims, oh, both sides, T, my boy, and all of that, but I don't really see him coming in my, you know, to our defense or trying to judge the matter righteously. So, kind of used to that. This ain't the first rodeo. But anyway, Snipes tried to corral all these different people not to come. There was even a sister that happens to be with us that he talking to on the side to tell her, don't come, don't mess with them. There's this word out, oh yeah, they doing some crazy stuff over there and they about to get sued. So we ain't sued, so all praise be to the Most High. It was a great event, man. We had a whole lot of fun. It was a powerful event, man. Shout out to all of the camps, all of the brothers and sisters who were there, who attended. Man, I was thoroughly blessed with y'all presence. And the Most High gets all the glory. All praise and honor and glory be to the Most High. So.
Hey, Kwame out to all of man. Hey, KOY in this building, man. We doing it real up, man. Brewchella. You ain't at Brewchella. I don't know what the hell you doing, man. You gotta repent. You know what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High. Kwame out to all of